What is up, Buckeye Nation 2? And we are back at it again with another year of bowl game predictions. So let's get started. All right, in the Myrtle Beach Bowl, you have Georgia Southern versus Ohio on December 16th. I got Ohio because, the state of Ohio is just amazing. Cleveland Browns, you already know. All right, next bowl we got Cricket Celebration Bowl, Howard versus Florida A&M, also on December 16th. I got Florida A&M in this one. I don't know, I just felt like picking Florida A&M. Next we have the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Jacksonville State versus Louisiana on December 16th. I got Louisiana. I didn't even know Jacksonville State existed, so going with the Raging Cajuns in this one. Next one, we have the Cure Bowl, Miami of Ohio versus Appalachian State on December 16th. My mom went to Miami, Ohio. They had a pretty good year this year in football, so I got Miami of Ohio. You already know. Next, we have the New Mexico Bowl, which features New Mexico State versus Fresno State, also on December 16th. Your boys got New Mexico State. They do well in the bowl games, I just had to pick them. Next, we have the LA Bowl. You have UCLA versus Boise State on December 16th. I got UCLA for my boy Dorian Thompson-Robinson. The Browns, quarterback who's started whatever. I don't know. I just feel like UCLA will win. And they beat USC too, so I think they'll definitely win that game. Next, also on December 16th, we have the Radiance Tech Independence Bowl with California versus Texas Tech. I got Texas Tech, your boy loves the state of Texas, so I just pretty much picked every Texas team, so got Texas Tech here. Next, we have the famous Toastery Bowl, Western Kentucky versus Old Dominion. This one's on December 18th. I got Western Kentucky, They had Bailey Zapp, who's a solid backup, and I just think that they'll win, I guess. Next, we have the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, UTSA versus Marshall on December 19th. Your boy toured UTSA this summer, looking, to apply there maybe, but my dad said, nah, you can't apply there because, it's a little ghetto, but it's still in Texas, so your boy picked UTSA. Next, we have the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, USF versus Syracuse, December 21st. Your boy got accepted into USF, so you already know. Sorry, Uncle Brett, I have to pick USF here. They're going to win this game. Next, we have the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, UCF versus Georgia Tech on December 22nd. I got UCF in this one. They do well in these bowl games, so I have them. Next, we have the Birmingham Bowl. We have the Basketball School of Duke versus Troy on December 23rd. I got Duke winning this one. They had a big win. I forgot who they won against. It was a big win in the beginning of the year, but I got Duke. Next, we have the Camellia Bowl, Arkansas State versus NIU on December 23rd as well. I got Arkansas State. Next, we have the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. We have James Madison versus Air Force, also on December 23rd. James Madison, they almost went undefeated. They were this close, but they just were one loss short to, I think it was Appalachian State. But guess what? Air Force is an underrated football program. I got Air Force winning this one. Next, we have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Utah State versus Georgia State on December 23rd as well. I got Utah State winning it. That's where, Jordan Love came from. Next, we have the 68 Ventures Bowl, South Alabama versus Eastern Michigan on December 23rd. I got Eastern Michigan in this one for the MAC, you already know. Next, we have the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, Utah versus Northwestern on December 23rd. Utah's a solid football program, I have Utah winning this one. Northwestern, they, I've barely made it, so yeah. Next, we have the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl, Coastal Carolina versus San Jose State on December 23rd. I have Coastal Carolina. All I remember from them is that viral clip where they just absolutely harassed Zach Wilson. They got in that huge fight with BYU. Next, we have the Quick Lane Bowl, Bowling Green versus Minnesota, December 26th. I got Minnesota winning this one for the Big Ten. Next, we have the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, Texas State versus Rice, December 26th. Your boy said he picked all the Texas teams to win, but these are 2 Texas teams, so I have to pick one winner though. So I went with Texas State. Rice is for the nerds. I toured Rice. It's very preppy school. No way I was getting in. It had a 9% acceptance rate, so your boy did not apply. But I have Texas State winning this one. Next, we have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Kansas versus the University of Las Vegas on December 26th as well. Kansas had a huge win against Oklahoma in the middle of the season. I have Kansas winning this one. Next, we have the Military Bowl, Va-Tech versus Tulane on December 27th. Tulane had a heck of a year. I'm going with them. Next, we have the Duke's Mayo Bowl, North Carolina versus West Virginia on December 27th. This one's a toss-up. It's 50-50 for me, but I'm going with West Virginia. Next, we have the Holiday Bowl, Louisville versus USC, December 27th. 2 teams who were, Louisville was strong. They had that good win against Notre Dame, but they just crumbled in the end. They had it against Florida State. They could have ruined the undefeated streak. Florida State still got robbed. There's no arguing against that. They should have made it, but Louisville did not beat them. They just, crumbled at the end, and I lost myself. And USC, they were supposed to be good, and then just after that Notre Dame loss, they were in shambles. But I have USC winning. Two teams, battling who just did not have good endings. But continuing next, the Tax Act Texas Bowl, Texas A&M versus Oklahoma State, December 27th. Oklahoma State, they just got absolutely pooped on in the Big 12 championship. And then, your boy applied to A&M. I loved A&M, so I picked A&M to win this. I'm still waiting for acceptance there. Hopefully, I get accepted there. Next, we have the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, Boston College versus SMU on December 28th. I toured SMU. I didn't apply, just because of costs and everything. But still, it's a Texas school. Picked SMU. Next, we have the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, Rutgers versus Miami of Florida, December 28th. Let me tell you, Rutgers did not have a bad year. They kept it close with Ohio State and Honda McCord in that game in the middle of the season. I have Rutgers winning it. Miami of Florida, they've been a joke football program since Ohio State beat them in the championship. Next, we have the Pop-Tarts Bowl, NC State versus Kansas State, December 28th. Kansas State does pretty well in these bowl games, so I have them winning. Next, we have the Valero Alamo Bowl, Arizona versus Oklahoma on December 28th. This one's a tough call, but I have Oklahoma winning it. Next, we have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, Clemson versus Kentucky, December 29th. Clemson has been a joke football program since Trevor Lawrence left, so I have Kentucky winning. Next, we have Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Notre Dame versus Oregon State, December 29th. Notre Dame's going to win this. DJ, I don't even know how to say his last name. The QB left, coach left. Also, Notre Dame, solid team, so I have them winning that. Next, we have the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Memphis versus Iowa State, December 29th. Iowa State has a solid football program, and that's where, big Brock Purdy came from. And he might win the MVP, so I have Iowa State winning it. Next, we have the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, Missouri versus Ohio State, December 29th. I wish I could pick my boys at Ohio State, but everybody's entering the transfer portal. So I don't think they're going to win it. I have Missouri winning. I hope my boys win, but I think realistically Missouri's going to win. Next, we have the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. We have Ole Miss versus Penn State, December 30th. Whenever Penn State plays someone good, they absolutely go into shambles. Ole Miss is going to win it. Next, we have the Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl, Auburn versus Maryland, December 30th. Auburn, man, they kept it close with Alabama. However, Maryland has Tua's brother on there, and Maryland wasn't too bad. They almost beat Michigan. I have Maryland winning it. Next, we have the Capital One Orange Bowl, Florida State versus Georgia, December 30th. I wish Florida State, would be able to win this game, but without Jordan Travis and, Georgia is a Power 5 school, almost went undefeated, just fell short because Alabama beat them. I have Georgia winning it. Next, we have the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, Toledo versus Wyoming, December 30th. Toledo was dominant this year. I have them winning. That's where my parents met at law school, so Toledo's going to win it, just because of that. Next, we have the Aurelia Quest Bowl, Wisconsin versus LSU, January 1st. I mean, Wisconsin, they're solid, but also LSU, they have the Heisman winner, so I have LSU winning. Next, we have the Cheez-It Circus Bowl, Iowa versus Tennessee, January 1st. Let me tell you, Iowa is a joke, folks. 0 points in the Big Ten Championship. Give me Tennessee here. Next, we have the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, Oregon versus Liberty, January 1st. I'm happy for Liberty. I got a lot of people I know who go to Liberty. But even though they're undefeated, they're just going to get crushed by Oregon. Oregon wins this one by a lot. Now, the moment that you folks have been waiting for here, we have the playoffs. So the first game at 5 o'clock on January 1st is Michigan versus Alabama. Let me tell you something, folks. Michigan, the last 2 years, have gone undefeated, have unfortunately beat the Buckeyes, have won the Big Ten Championship, go to the playoffs, and then they play an SEC team, and boom, they just get crushed. Give me Alabama here. Michigan is losing. No arguing that. Michigan, they crushed Ohio State the last 2 years, because they were cheating, but guess what? There's no cheating here. Alabama's going to expose you guys. You guys suck. Give me Alabama. Next, we have the All-State Sugar Bowl on January 1st at 8:45 p.m., We have Washington versus Texas. We're continuing the trend. Give me the Longhorns in this game. It kind of hurts because we had Ewers, but Ewers transferred because we had Stroud the other year. So Texas is going to win it. Ewers is a good quarterback. They have a great program. And the rematch from week 2, the College Football National Championship on January 8th at 7:30 p.m. Alabama versus Texas. And Texas will win this one again and be your national champions. Wait, how do you do it? The Horns, yeah. Texas is going to win it. I didn't apply to Texas. I did tour it, but Texas will win it all. They have a good football program. Now, they've been a joke ever since Vince Young, but they just changed the script this year. Texas wins this, and yeah. So that is the wrap of the bowl games. Make sure to subscribe down below, like this video, and leave in the comments what I should do next. And until next time, Buckeye Nation 2 gives all the videos to you.